warming up the car before we ride out. It is cold. It's cold. Not seeing any messages or anything. Yada yada yada. Let's Vamanowski. 4:10 p.m. Ugh. 16 degrees Fahrenheit. Tuesday. Let's go. Once we get a little distance, I'll show you guys the road, but right now we're too close to the office for me to show anyone. Ooh, bright light. I can't even see that. Probably gonna go get a car wash. I know it's freezing outside, but the car is filthy right now with all the snow, crap, shit all over it. And the windshield's filthy and they never fixed the freaking wipers. And I can barely see in front of me with the sun. So maybe I will not show you the road because it's probably just gonna blind you. But I gotta keep testing this mobile stuff. I am not gonna be able to use my laptop all the time when I'm on vacation. Now, I do want to grab, the next time I'm on the road, I do want to grab the 360, that's the 360. And I do want to test that with a live, because I was having a lot of problems with the Insta360 X3 with live streaming. So, see if I can get that mounted up there. Use that to live stream. Use my phone for the chat. That's weird because your message looks like it's almost cut off. I see you're saying hi, but it's like all the way at the bottom of the screen. Polar, yo. So I'm just waiting to get away from the neighborhood and there's no sun before I put the street. Alright, sun's not on my face anymore. Sorry for the late reply, I was in a meeting. I'm gonna be ordering stuff. Blah, 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 blah. I'm at a red light, so I'm gonna try to read this real quick. That's my boss. So far, for the i3. No one said anything about the test being wrong to me. I just noticed with the current laptops that use the barrel chargers, they seem to be very small. So I just assumed they were to the Chromebooks. Don't currently have any i3s, so I'm not sure about the chargers. Alright. So that is that. What we got going on. And I was driving. I know. I'm bad. I am going home. I just got off of work. So I'm going home now. And yeah, your name's way too long for me to try. But hi. Hello. Hola. So I just got off of work. And we can stop looking at me. I think we're good for the road. See if I can turn that a little better for you guys. But yeah, I just got off of work, so I'm gonna take the long way home. I don't care for the expressway most of the time. So you can see the nice snow and everything on the right. It's freezing. It's cold. I think this is actually maybe after I go over the hill. I think this is actually a golf course on my right hand side, which is weird. I mean, what kind of golf course is out in the open, and I'm pretty sure if you hit the ball wrong, you're gonna break windows and everything. But it's some kind of golf something. But yeah, it is what it is. What's going on, Drexler? Yeah, I figured I need to keep practicing with the phone for when I go to the Philippines. I'm going to be using the phone probably more than anything else. I'm not a fan of using the phone. It is what it is. Yeah, no, I'm sick of snow already. I mean, this ain't even bad yet. But the cold, the snow, the ice, I'm done. If I already had my visa with the Philippines, which I'm going next month, I'm gonna be working on a visa and everything, I probably would have been there already. So the whole plan is to spend a few months in the Philippines. Hopefully months that are the winter months here. But again, I don't know if I want to deal with, Christmas and New Year's in the Philippines. I gotta decide. What's going on, Daniel and Edmonds? Yo. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes when I'm there this time. It's going to be a trial period with the job, so hopefully I don't screw anything up. Because if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to be able to go every year, a couple months. The most I'll be able to do is like 3 weeks, which to me that's too far to go for 3 weeks. I want to stay at least 2 months minimum, if not longer. And while I'm in the Philippines, nice, warm, and toasty, everybody else could be here in the Chicagoland area freezing their booties off. Yeah. That is the plan. Playboy. Yeah, no, there's no Playboy here. There's definitely no Playboy here. Let me scroll up a little bit, see if I'm missing anything. Apparently Drexler had to deal with a couple things, which is I shouldn't be too surprised. Most guys are assholes to other guys, I guess. But it's gonna be probably about a 40-ish minute drive. I'm debating if I'm gonna wash the car, because it does look like shit. It's accumulated a lot of salt and everything on it. It's after 4 o'clock. I don't think I'm gonna pick up any food. I'll just make something at the house. So either I'm gonna go straight home or I'm gonna stop by a car wash. Now my phone's battery's almost dead, but I got it plugged in. Hopefully that's enough to keep us going for a while. If not, just let you know now, the broadcast could go to shit at any point in time. So, yeah. So we are in Lake County area. We are north of Chicago, so we're not in the city. We are in the suburbs. So we are north of the city, south of Wisconsin. And we just gonna keep rolling. just to see how long the stream will last with such a weak battery, even though it's plugged in. See what I might have to adjust or modify. The text is big enough for me to see it, but you guys are a distance away. I'm pretty sure at some point I'm going to run out of data because it is limited. Ah, you lucky, buddy. I wasn't gonna let you pass me that easy. Car got in my way. I mean, the roads ain't that bad, but still, it's what, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold. It is cold. It is well below freezing, in my opinion. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know the camera would focus. You know? When I was in the SUV, it was focusing on the dash cam. And I'm like, really? So, I mean, maybe at the next red light, I could try to adjust, see what kind of adjustment I have on the mount. But it's also limited with the fact that I have it plugged in. But I want to check the mount, because I know the mount tilts forward and back. Just not sure if the head also tilts. So there's the mount. I love my ULANZI stuff, so I could tip it forward, but the head itself doesn't move. But maybe that straight forward would look a little bit better. There we go. Hopefully that works out a little bit better. Ah, cool. Thanks, Drexler. Yeah, I don't think it's putting any pressure on the charger. It should be good. Just got to keep it at a more level, more straight, I guess, angle. I need to play around with my suction cup connectors. I'm wondering if I should take those with me to the Philippines. I probably will. I'll probably suction cup a few cameras on Windows. I mean, why not? But most of the stuff like tripods, mounts, that stuff, unless they're light and small, I'm going to have that in the checked baggage when I fly. So I need to see what I have available. I'm probably going to have a personal bag, a carry-on, and one check. I think I'm allowed a carry-on, a personal, and 2 checked. But we'll have to see. The only way I can see me bringing 4 bags total is if I have to distribute the weight. But most of my clothes and main hardware, you know, my laptops and cameras, that's got to be on me. It will rip off all the time. Lots of bumpy roads in Philippines. Oh, I'm gonna have a different setup in the Philippines. Slightly different. This mount is permanently mounted on my car. Not the magnetized mount, but the base. I have one that's more of a suction cup mount that I'm gonna be putting in the rental car. also going to be putting the Starlink in the rental car, so hopefully it has a sunroof. I can stick the Starlink in. If not, I might just put it on the windshield or one of the windows, back window or front window. I have to see. If I have to, I'll order a roof mount for the Starlink. But I have some very strong suction cup mounts that if I wanted to, I could suction them on the windows. But here, because it's cold, it probably won't work too good right now. And I think in the Philippines, like in the studio apartment, if I suction cup something to a window, just to put a camera somewhere. I'm more concerned with my lighting, because I was gonna take a couple of my lights. I forgot the name of them. They're studio lights for like background lights, accent lighting, I think. But I just realized Philippines is 240 electrical, not 120. So I don't know if I can use them in the Philippines. Now they are like battery powered, but once the batteries die, I won't be able to recharge them without a socket. So they just go on like a lamp socket. I'll have to check them to see if there's a different way of charging them other than a socket. Because if I could, then I still might take them and just recharge them and just run them off the battery, not have them plugged in. But I'm not worried about my laptops, but I'm starting to get a little concerned with other devices that I have and making sure I safely plug them in without blowing up stuff. There's got to be something that I can plug them into that won't like fry them with the electrical. I don't remember having a problem when I was in the Philippines last time, but maybe I'm overthinking it. I did bring a power strip, and I think with that we just put one of those little adapters on it and plug that into the wall. Yeah, that's why I'm not worried about the Macs. Some are compatible 110, 240. So I'm not worried about my computers themselves. But I might have to look up the spec. I did Aperture, I think it is there. Aperture something 70 accent lighting. They look like light bulbs, but they're studio bulbs that do multiple colors and all that stuff. Other than that, it's just gonna be cameras. And I took those cameras last year, so it shouldn't be a problem. So I'm gonna be taking 3 Mevos, 1 Osbot Tail Air for sure. Probably gonna also take the Insta360 X3 360 camera and one of the Canons. So the Canon M50 Mark II with my lenses. I want to take at least the accent lighting. That way I can put some lights in the background. I'll have to think about what I'm going to do about fill light and I forgot what the other one's called. I'm not big on camera and photography and all that stuff, so I can't remember all the names all the time. You would get a travel plug converter. I have converters, but I don't know if they're converters. I have plugs that are supposed to be like the European style plugs, but I don't know if they actually are like converters. I don't know if they just turn a 3 plug or a 2 plug to whatever the European plug is, or they actually do something with the electrical. That's what I'm thinking. Now, if that's what you're talking about, I have some of those. I just gotta find them and pack them. I believe I have at least a couple of those. If not, like you said, I'll buy them. I'm more concerned with the voltage, if I need to worry about the voltage. The more and more I'm thinking about it, the lights are the only thing I'm concerned with. Now, I'm still thinking about getting a power station. So the power station, I believe, should be able to plug in, especially if I order one from the Philippines. But then hopefully the power station itself could be switched from 240 to 110. I know the new one from Blue something, I think it's Blue Yeti. There's a new one from the Blue Yeti's line that can be converted to 240. But I really want their backpack one. They got this new backpack one that I think is really nice. But I don't want to buy it here because I can't travel with such a huge battery on the plane. I want to see if it's something that I could like walk into a store and buy, or if I have to order it, I'll order it while I'm in the Philippines and hopefully have it shipped over there. And then I'll just leave it in the Philippines. I plan to go to the Philippines every year, so I'm not worried about bringing everything back. Especially if I get a tiny house built real quick. I'll just leave everything in a tiny house. Lock it up and stuff. Good evening, good afternoon, mommy guy. So I just got off work. I'm heading home. I'll make something for dinner. I'm trying to avoid eating out all the time. I'm not gonna get a house now. I'm talking about building a tiny house when I'm there. I mean, I already have an apartment, but I'd rather have my own place. Something small just to go and deal with stuff. Well, I'm looking at those prefab. The thing is, every place that I find that deals with the prefabs are in Manila. So if I want to look at them, I have to go to Manila first and like look at them and see if any of them are going to work and the total cost. Yeah, what Ann and them did, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to make sure the title's done, everything's done 100% before I do anything. And I'm going to go through a company. I'm not having my family build stuff. I'm going to look into Cebu. I thought I found one that was in Cebu. What are they called? Kubo Manufacturing or Kubo something. But it looks like their office is also in Manila. But I'm not going to have like friends and family build my shed or house or whatever. I'm actually going to have a company do it. So they should know all the logistics. And Lala, the houses are all about business. I'm going to be renting apartments. So right now I'm actually renting or subleasing apartments that I don't own. But right now I'm leaning towards, little by little, building these little smart homes. They're only like little studio, they're like 24 meters or whatever. They don't seem to be that expensive. They're completely built, electrical, plumbing, bathroom, everything. And all they do is ship it to your location and build it. But I still need to look at all the details and everything. kind of like an Airbnb, yeah. Yeah. So I might keep one of the little tiny homes just for myself. That way I can store stuff and everything. And then the other ones will be like to rent them out. Lala, I have my plans. I'm not changing my plans. I have my plans. There's a whole logic between why I'm doing certain things. I'm not going to go there and rent a place and keep coming back. I'm trying to start businesses out there to have passive income. That way I could retire and move over there. There's no way I could retire without having some type of income. And if I leave the US to go to the Philippines, I'm probably going to end up losing my job. So I am taking my time. I am thinking it out. I am not going to rush into things. But I need to start establishing some form of passive income in the Philippines in order to retire and move there. Lala, I already have a lot. I understand all this already. I know how to read. I know how to research things. I already have property that I have a set aside. I'm past all that. I know foreigners cannot own land. They can lease land. All that's already done. I'm past all that. Where I'm at right now is finding out what I could actually get built and how long it's going to take. I'm past all that. I am going to be careful about that. I am. I'm way past that stuff. Now, according to the agency that is doing my visa, they're basically saying that normally you would buy a condo or you would rent land and, build a house or whatever. It's like 30-year or 40-year lease of land or whatever. I don't know if I want to do the condo route. To be honest with you. And even if I don't do it this year, or maybe by next year, right now my idea is just to try to rent unfurnished apartments that are in the area that I could furnish and that my friend rents out. So I've been doing that already since August. I have my studio that I've been renting out since August. So we're already doing that on a small scale. I just need to figure out how to do that in a bigger scale. No, I'm going to be careful. And I know you're saying you're local, but you're on a totally different island than I'm going to. I'm talking about people that I know that are on the exact same island and everything. The studio's been rented. We do it short term. There are people that want to do it long term, but I already have someone that's going to be renting it for February. I'm going to have it for March. So right now, it's not rented unless someone wants it for like. But that's just January. It was rented, I believe, October, part of December. So we're doing like daily, weekly, monthly rentals. But we're not trying to do like, 6 months, a year. Not right now. Now, if I do end up getting a prefabbed house set up on the lot, long term, that way that's just income. My friend says everyone keeps wanting long term. They don't want to do like a month or something. I need to decide if we're just going to continue trying to do, you know, a daily, weekly thing, or if we're going to do long term. But if we do long term, I need a place that I could go to. And like you said, I could probably just rent. But when I go there, trying to rent something might be harder or more expensive than the studio itself. So I know I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be careful. Subleasing or sub what? There's no lease. It's just like a you pay, you stay. So if it's gonna be a day, if it's gonna be a week, you basically, like, think of it like a hotel room. You tell us how long you want the room for. We're gonna tell you how much. You pay us. You stay in the room, and before you leave, we're gonna tell you how much the electrical and the water and all that stuff is. Well, it's similar to an Airbnb, but we're not using the app and all that stuff. We're just, you know, she advertises like on Facebook or whatever, and then people call her, and she manages all that stuff. At this point, with the one studio, it's more of a test. As long as it's paying for itself, I'm good. But it's similar to an Airbnb. It's just not actually using the like Airbnb app and website and all that stuff. It's more on a personal level. You have to contact her. She'll let you know if it's available, how much it is. You pay her. She cleans it up. You stay there the day, the week, whatever it is. I think the last one that was there was actually an American that we know. The one that's going to be renting it in February, also foreigner that we know. March, I'm going to be there. And then depending on what gets done while I'm there, we have to decide. Now, if someone wants to do long term where it's more like 6 months, let's say, then once I leave, we could do 6 months because I'm not going to be able to come back for like a year. So it's just renting it out. And the property's okay with it. We already got permission. Right, I don't own the property or anything. It's just renting the apartment. Correct. Correct. Re-renting it again. So I furnished it, and now we're renting it as a furnished unit for more. That's being done here, but they own the property. If your friend owns the property, then that's okay. No, it's an apartment building that we are renting, if that's what you're asking. Now, if you're talking about the lot that I want to put these tiny houses on, then yes, my friend owns the property. We're going to sign a contract saying that I'm going to use the property, and then I'm going to build these little, probably prefab homes to rent out. But what I have right now is just a apartment building where I am renting a studio apartment, and the owner gave us permission to re-rent it. As long as they get the rent, they don't really care. Yeah. No, they gave us permission. That was the first thing we asked before we rented it. Yeah, no, the owner knows all about it. And nothing, just to let you know, nothing's in my name. So the apartment's not in my name. Nothing's in my name because I've never been there yet. So as far as who's renting the studio knows, everything's in my friend's name. Nothing's in my name. So I'm sure she's being extra careful too. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? Why would you turn if you can't fit? Wow. But yeah, nothing's in my name. So I'm sure she's being extra careful and she's making sure everything's done right. And from the profit, she's paying the rent and the bills and all that stuff for the studio. So I think I only paid for the studio when we first rented it. And obviously I paid for the aircon, the installation, the furniture, all that stuff. But I don't think I've really paid maybe more than another month on that. And everything else is just being paid from the profits. And I told her to take a commission too. So I tell her how much her commission is. She takes that out. She saves the rest. When it's time to pay the rent and the utilities, she uses the money that's left over to pay the rent and the utilities. And so far, it's been working out. And that's just a one unit. But what the plan is, my plan next is to use the land that she has and put very small basic units. They're like the one I saw that I thought was real interesting, and I'm trying to remember the name of the company. They're actually in Lala. You've probably seen this place. They're in Manila, across the street from, I guess, that big mall. And what it is you basically go there, tell them which house you want, and you buy it, and then they ship it to your lot and build it. I just can't think of their freaking name right now. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on their name. I've been looking at their website a few times. The only problem is they're in Manila, so I guarantee you if I was to think about that, there's going to be who knows how much of a shipping cost to ship it to Cebu and then to deliver it to the land and build it. So it's not just take it to the land and build it, the lot and build it. There's going to be that shipping cost, of course, because it's a different island. Oh, come on. I'm tired, people. Let's go home. What's going on? Why are you guys so backed up? That's a lot of cars in my left. What's going on? But yeah, no, there's a whole thought process. There's a whole plan. I need to make sure, and everything I'm doing or she's doing for me, there's lawyers involved, there's companies involved. Visa I'm doing through a company. Anything we're gonna do with the lot, we're gonna be talking to a lawyer about it, make sure everything's written up and all that stuff. If there needs to be any papers, I think someone had mentioned, or I read somewhere, I could get like power attorney. That way I could utilize the land for X amount of years. The only difference is I'm not going to be paying rent for the land. I was going to talk about this next month, on the live, but I'm just letting you know because you're here. I'm not going to be paying rent on the land, but what I'm going to be doing is kind of like a business with her. So her land, my finances, build these tiny little houses little by little. We're going to rent them, and I'm going to get a little money out of it. So for us to make money, we have to rent the little apartments. But right now, nothing's going on with the land. It's just sitting there. Now, the land is gaining value, which is good for her. But we want to build the little houses and rent them out and stuff. Right now, there is no contract. We're just talking. Right now, we're just talking. There is no contract. We're waiting for me to get there first. Oh, no, yeah. And that's why I'm also thinking the prefab and not having someone try to build, because the prefab homes, they're already like all designed and everything. They're supposedly they're already like rated for typhoons or whatever, and I'm assuming there's gonna probably be some kind of warranties with them. Again, I'm not very familiar with stuff in the Philippines. I know in the U.S. you'll get warranties on, the roof will be good for so many years. This will be good for so many years, kind of stuff. And like I said, once it gets to a point where either with that, either with like the Airbnb style stuff or anything else I try to do, once I get to the point where I feel comfortable, and again, I don't need anything extravagant. I just need to make sure, long term, there's some kind of income coming in. Because even though when I get my visa and all that stuff, even though I'll be allowed to work in the Philippines, I don't think I'm going to be able to find a job that easy in the Philippines. And especially if I need to know the language, that's going to be very difficult. I don't want to have to like try to depend on working in the Philippines. I might be able to get some contract work, but I need to have that more dependable income. And again, it doesn't have to be a lot, and especially if I own the little studio, apartment or whatever, the little studio house, I could just live in one of the houses. So that should take care of some of the expenses right there. So if, let's say for example, I could build 6 of these on that lot, I might take one for me and then we'll rent out the other 5. So I won't have to worry so much about, paying rent and all that stuff. I just got to pay the utilities. And as long as I could come up with enough passive income to pay, the utilities and some food or whatever, I'm fine. I don't need no big mansion or crazy style house like some of these guys are building. That's ridiculous. I'm a single person with no kids or nothing. A studio, little. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. That's why maybe when I go to Manila, I want to check out this place. If you want, you could go with me. I'm gonna need to figure out where it's at, anyways. They said it's across the street from some mall. I can't remember the name of the place. Oh no, definitely. Everything's going to be written. I can't remember the name of the place. They say they're right across the street from the mall and that they're in Manila. and they actually have, I think it's like a parking lot area. They actually have like the model houses, and I think they have basically a sign saying walk in and buy a house or something. I would have to look it up, but the fact that you're in the area, you might be able to like see this place or know where this place is. There's a company that does prefabs close to you. What do you know the name? Because I looked at so many. The one that I was looking at, they're a little more expensive. I think they're called Kubo something. But there's another one that I think is, they said they're across the street from some mall. Ayada Mall, or, I don't know. I'm bad with the names. Smart House. I'll have to look that one up. I'll look them up to see. And I mean, honestly, I would prefer to find one on the island, because I'm assuming shipping from island to island is going to be a decent expense. I don't know. I don't know how much it would cost to ship from Manila to Cebu, because the lots in Cebu City Island or whatever it's called. But I don't want to do one of these container ones. These container ones look weird. Provincial offices. What do you mean by provincial offices? Like they'll have the main location on one island, but they'll have like other offices on other islands or something? I'm not sure what you mean by provincial offices. Oh, right. Yeah. And that's what I need to find out. I don't want to make any phone calls. I don't want to do anything until I'm on the island. I mean, until I'm in the Philippines, I don't want to do too much other than just looking online and doing some research. At the same time, it might be better just to have my friend call them and talk to them. Maybe not really get too involved at first, just to get information. If it looks good, and obviously we're gonna try to buy anything, then I do have to get involved, because I'm more the financial part of the business. But right now it's mostly information gathering. But I'll definitely have to look at the one you just mentioned. Matter of fact, before I forget, no, I have access to, no, I won't. Once I stop the live, I won't have access to the chat. So I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of that name you just said. But yeah, don't worry, I'm not rushing into anything. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm just trying to work things out in my head, look at numbers, and then when I'm there, maybe look at actual products and then make decisions. Because there's another thing that I'm thinking about too that might interest you with all the crafting and all that stuff. But right now, it's all research. Well, the one I'm talking about, Drexler, the Kubo one, it is bamboo, but it's processed bamboo. Like they literally mill it, and it looks like wood. So it's actually bamboo wood. And I think the office I saw was also in Manila. They're called Kubo something. The original one I found, it's metal frame. So it's not concrete houses. It's like a metal frame prefab thing. Yeah, Lala, that's not a problem. like I said, we have to talk to the lawyer first and draw stuff up and everything. So it doesn't, Drexler, those don't actually look like bamboo, like the sticks. They're processed. And I think that's going to be the best route. What do they call it? Light material, I think is what they call it, light material. Because I think it's lower cost. The whole cinder block, sand, rebar thing, to me, that just seems like it's a large expense, a large project. That just to build one house probably take a year or more. The prefabs, as long as you have the money, I'm assuming, you know, a few weeks, maybe a month, they should have it on the site already built and ready to use. As long as you I guess, do everything properly. I'm more interested in that. I don't want to get into some huge construction project, at least not my first few houses and stuff. I mean, I don't want to get into some huge construction project, especially when I'm not physically there. If I could set it up with this prefab stuff and it could be installed within like 2 or 3 weeks from once I order it, then I would decide on that while I'm still physically there. I don't want to come home and then have to make decisions. I want to be there. So yeah. Really, you seen those like processed wood, bamboo or whatever in Naga? That's interesting. Yeah, I don't want to deal with the stuff when I come back. And if I can't do it in this trip, the next trip. To me, priority is the visa. First thing is the visa, then dealing with the lot and whatever I could get built. And enjoying myself. I mean, that's going to be priority too. You know, I'm not going to go crazy eating a bunch of stuff. But I'm gonna try a few places. The hotel that I'm staying at first has a gym and a pool, so I'm gonna probably do, you know, some treadmill stuff, you know, light stuff. I'm not gonna go crazy. Probably hit the gym a little bit, enjoy the pool, enjoy Cebu, because I'm gonna be in Cebu for February. Do my physical, do my interview and all that stuff, hopefully in the first few weeks, get all that done. And then starting in March, head over to Toledo and, you know, spend time in the studio apartment. Obviously I'm gonna have to work, so I gotta make sure I have internet and all that stuff. And at least, you know, like normal, I'm gonna be working my 5 days, and then on the weekend probably go out, you know, enjoy the beach or something, you know, chill. $7,000 steps. You're trying to kill me, woman. You're trying to kill me. I'm gonna see if I could start now. I mean, it's cold out, and now it's just dark and ugly. So maybe in the morning before I start work, I'll just walk around like the neighborhood. I'll start with like a short circular path, like leave my house, go a few blocks left, you know, make a right, go a few blocks, make a right, end up back at the house. See how that works out for a couple days. Then just make it a bigger circle and a bigger circle and a bigger circle. I got my watch to do my steps and everything. And hopefully by the time in the Philippines, I could also do some walking. I could, you know, hit the gym, do the treadmill a little bit, you know, just light stuff, little by little, work my way up to, you know, at least being able to do multiple steps and all that. I mean, the goal might be 7K steps, Lala, but there's no way I'm going to start with 7K. I did it in Baraka and I was dying. Plus, this time I'm going to have my maintenance medication. So hopefully my feet are not going to kill me as well. But yeah, Baraka was hard. That walk was hard. I'm sorry. Especially with my feet swollen there, that was hard. But I'm going to see what I'm comfortable with, especially with it being so cold over here. I'm going to see what I'm comfortable with. If it's something that doesn't get me like tired, my heart pumping, I'll add more distance and more distance. But my plan is to walk out of my house, probably make a right turn, walk so far, make a right turn, walk so far. So by the time I'm done, I end up back at my house, take a quick shower and start working. At least, unless something happens, I normally work from home. So that gives me a little more time. So I might plan on first thing in the morning. And I might just use my Meta glasses and go live on Facebook so you guys can walk with me. Go out before 4 p.m. What? You only go out at night? I have to work at night. So I'm going to be working from 9 p.m. to 5 in the morning. So if I'm going to wait until after 4 to go outside, that means I would have to go to sleep during the day and then go out after 4 for maybe an hour or 2 or something. I can't see you enjoying like the beach and everything at 4, 5, 6 o'clock. What's going on, Filipina sweetie? No, that was the first thing I did in the studio. Before we bought any other furniture, the air conditioning was the first thing we put in there. The split aircon. So yeah. So I'm almost to the house, so I'm gonna flip the camera because, you know, privacy is important. Sun's already down, I think, so it's dark. You're not gonna see me much, but yeah. But yeah, there's still a lot of stuff going on. I think I did the most difficult part. I'm just waiting in the mail because that police clearance was a pain. I ran into so many problems with that, but I think I finally got it all taken care of. They sent me digital copies, but the actual documents are now in the mail, or should be in the mail. I should get them in a few days because I want to make sure I have this physically with me when I go to the agency in Cebu. The police clearance all notarized and apostilled and all that stuff. Yeah, I could do that. I got copies of all that stuff. I should have it on my computer because I wanted to know how it looked and all that stuff. So she sent me copies of the survey. I try to play around with it with just some basic stuff I had on my computer, but go in the house, make me a little something and just chill. I'm gonna chill. But as far as documents, all that stuff, I think I'm good now. I just gotta wait until I think the day before or something of the flight, do the e-travel if that's still necessary. I'm assuming it is, but I'm pretty sure they made some changes to it. And then I should be good. I'm gonna relax probably the first. I'm gonna get there at night, so I'm definitely just going straight to the hotel and going to sleep. Try to. But then after that, maybe the first couple days, I'm just gonna chill. Actually, the first 4 or 5 days, I'm not gonna probably leave too far from the hotel. I mean, they got my stay includes breakfast. I don't think it includes lunch or anything else, but I get breakfast. So I'm gonna have breakfast in the hotel. I'm probably gonna hit the gym in the hotel, chill at the pool. Probably, do a little shark in the pool. And then if anything, I think I'm walking distance from the mall. Yeah, everyone says I'll be jet lagged. So, I mean, I'm just going to chill in the hotel. Keep it, simple. And I mean, I'm supposed to be, I think, walking distance from one of those big malls. I don't think the hotel is in IT Park. I think it's in Cebu itself. Cebu City, whatever. I don't know. I'll find out. So I'm gonna probably like hang out at the mall, drink a coffee or something, that kind of thing. And then the following week, they're gonna try to schedule the physical and the interview and everything. So that will be almost the second week that I'm there. And then if we get that all taken care of and they say they don't need me, we just gotta wait for like a decision or something. Then I'll probably try to, meet up with people, that kind of thing. Definitely gonna meet up with people in March because I'm gonna be living in the neighborhood. You're living in the same neighborhood as a lot of them. So we'll see. But yeah, all right. In the garage, locking up. It's gonna get even darker. Later, everybody.